Bless, 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 bless. Bless, bless. I hope everybody's blessed out there. Having a blessed day. I got some stuff that I want to talk about. And not in a specific order, but one of the main things that I want to talk about is this life that I'm living, that spiritual people are living. It's not a path for the weak. It's not a path for those that are not mentally strong. You know what I mean? It's not a path for those that are not physically strong. And it's not a path for those that are not spiritually strong. Because understand this, only you can go through that door. No one else is going to follow you. When you take this route, when you take this path, when you take this journey, it's you by yourself. You understand me? When you start calling upon the universe and the cosmos and all these different spiritual entities, you're on your own. Those that worship the God of the Bible, those that worship the God of religions, they're not going to be there for you. They're not. Because you are doing things the right way that contradicts what they do. You understand? This is the way of the cosmos. This is the way of the samurai. This is the way of the righteous man and woman. You're going to have to learn to stand on your own feet. Because I'm telling you, the powers that be are not stopping. They don't take days off. They don't take breaks. They don't take vacations. They don't. These people are working every day to clamp down on the people of this earth so they can have total control. Total control. Alright? So this path that you're on, you have to remain strong. You have to remain strong. I have love for many people out there. But as much as you love people, you have to show tough love too. Alright? You have to show tough love. And sometimes you're going to have to make that decision. Because as much as I have love for certain individuals that are coming up in the spiritual world, are coming up in the spiritual game, I cannot be there all the time for them in the physical, because I have so much things to do in the spiritual that sometimes I have to trod alone. I can't bring no one. The road that you take, the journey that you take, the path that you take is a path for you only. Nobody can come down that road with you. Yes, when you're at the top, it's going to feel a little bit lonely. Like you don't have nobody. But you have to understand this. You had to separate. And you had to isolate. And you had to go into self-exile so you can fulfill your mission. You understand? These missions that you have to deal with every day, it's a solo mission. You understand? It is a solo mission. You're on your own. You understand me? Next thing I wanted to talk about, some of y'all wondering what that is. It's some ginger cut up with some garlic, a little bit of brown sugar. You know, let it soak for a little bit, then you drink it. But next thing I want to talk about, self-resurrection and self-transformation. Right? When you are going through certain things in your life and you feel like things are not going well, things are up and down, this could only mean one thing: that you're dead spiritually. You're dead spiritually. And you must resurrect. You must resurrect the dead spirit within you and make it alive again. Make it alive again, you see. Because when you come off the path, when you fall, when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, your spirit is dead. Yes, your spirit is dead. And you have to resurrect that spirit within you. You have to resurrect that higher self spirit within you. Because sometimes you can cut away from your higher self, or it simply dies. So you gotta resurrect your higher self. You gotta resurrect your spirit. Because there's two spirits in you: the lower spirit and the higher spirit. And if your higher spirit's dead, it can only mean one thing: your lower spirit is running the show. And when your lower spirit's running the show, you're doing all type of foolishness. You're not balanced. Your spirit is dead. Alright? But when you resurrect that spirit within you, I rise up from the dust, rise up from the ashes, and you resurrect that spirit within you, it's like the fountain of life just dropped on you, and you become whole again. All right. And once you resurrect the spirit, then comes transformation. Then comes the transformation. All right? Because you gotta transform. You gotta transform into a higher being, a pure light being. You're so pure. You're so full of that light that you're almost feared. You're almost feared because people see that light and it's so bright and it's so right that people are almost scared of you. They're scared out of fear because of the light. The light is so bright. Okay. So resurrection, transformation is key. And these are things that you gotta do when you're out of zinc, when you're out of whack, when you're out of balance. Maybe your spirit's dead and you have to resurrect it. And once you resurrect your spirit, then you gotta transform into a light being where your heart is light, your mind is light, your body is light. Because when you're doing the right things and when you're living the right life, you transform. You get a lighter body. Everything becomes light within you. You become light. Literally. Like I said, the spiritual life is a solo life. Not a lot of people are gonna come with you where you gotta go. A lot of people cannot follow you where you go. So understand that you're gonna have to separate. Not because you hate the person, because they need to grow themselves. And you have to understand this. If somebody is not going to war with you, then they have no reason being beside you. And it's not a disrespect. It's because they can become a liability. They can become a liability. Because if I'm out there on the front line, burning the fire on the wicked, putting lightning and thunderbolt on the wicked, putting earthquake on the wicked, I can't be focusing on that then be focusing on someone else that's with me. They gotta be on the same page, or they become a liability. All right. So sometimes, in life, you have to make that decision. Am I gonna stay in the crowd? Or am I gonna become a light being that's not always in the crowd? That's not always seen. You have to make that decision. And if you love yourself, you will apply tough love to yourself. I love myself, and I have tough love for myself. And having tough love for yourself is making the right decisions. That is not always comfortable, but it's the right decision that is right for you. You have to make the right decision that's right for you. Okay? Because, like I said, this journey that you're on, you can't bring your mom, you can't bring your dad, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your best friend. It's a self journey that only you are on. And even if you try to bring them and they're not ready, you're doing a disservicement to yourself and a disservice to them, because you're bringing somebody with you into the spiritual battlefield and they're not ready yet. If anything happens to them, it's on you. All right? So you got to make the tough decisions in your life. You got to make the right decisions in your life. Yes, it's going to feel like you're on your own, but that's what it is sometimes. That's what it is. When you're in that ring, you ain't got no backup. You understand? When you're in that ring, you ain't got no backup. You gotta stand on your 2 feet and be the soldier that you are. Be that warrior king that you are, that warrior queen that you are. Okay? Find the warrior, it's in you, because that's where you have to be. Once upon a time, we were we were um we were respected and held to a high degree. All right, so that's the levels that I want to. That's levels that I want to be. That's where I want to be. Okay, so understand that you're gonna have to make decisions in your life. Understand that you're gonna have to resurrect your dead spirit, and understand that you're gonna have to do a self transformation. Become something better than what you are. All right. I hope this video helps some people going through that's a spiritual awakening. I hope it helped you. All right, and leave a comment if my videos are helping you. Subscribe and leave a like. More life, more blessing, more protection, and more prosperity. Stay blessed until next time. Bless.